Dance with My Mistakes is a story about two people who always had something going on between them but could never find the right timing. And when the timing is wrong, people make mistakes and people end up getting hurt. And, years later in the present, after time has healed the wounds and all the pain, suddenly you think to yourself, maybe we're both in better mental spaces. Maybe the timing is right this time. Maybe if the other person is willing, if you're willing, maybe we can have a second chance. The backstory of this song is actually a personal story of mine. In our songwriting session, we were asked to share a story. No one was willing to share. Everyone was still shy. So I said, you know what? I'll take the hit for the band. So I said, okay, I'll share something. What about we talk about regrets? And this one was a big regret of mine. So there was this person very close to me while I was still in the Philippines. When I left for the States, this person called me and told me that, hey, I've been feeling this way about you. And I was in the deepest, the most tumultuous stage of my life. I was in the middle of shifting my course. I moved to a new apartment. I was in Boston. I started working. Having a relationship was the last thing on my mind. So I ended up, you know, rejecting this person. And soon after, our friendship died, like quite quickly. To me, that was such a difficult thing because you're abroad. Your only connection back to home is your friends, and losing a friend is, I think it's a lot more painful than losing a relationship. When you read online, there's so many things how to get over a breakup, but there's no thing how to get over breaking up with a friend. It was very difficult to get over that. So over the next years, like I'd still think about this person frequently. After our last conversation, we didn't talk again for 6 or 7 years until we met again in a friend's party. And then we both realized that these years apart, we'd still frequently think about each other and ask our mutual friends like, oh, how's he doing? Even if we're not talking to each other, we'd get updates about each other. And then fast forward, after that meeting, we met again a few times. And, with both of us being a bit older, a lot more mature, I started to reconsider, what could have been. So I realized that yes, I'm willing. And if she's willing to, I'd like to give this a second shot. And, if she isn't, I just have to accept the fact that I made a mistake all those years ago and that I missed my shot. That's why the song's called Dance with My Mistakes. All I knew was that no matter how sad the lyrics were, I wanted it to be, I want to dance. We started working on the song. Pio was on his own, writing lyrics, like in his little... And then he comes back super excited. He's like, "Oh guys, I don't have any lyrics, but I have this one line. It's I want to dance with my mistakes." And we were like, "Okay, that's pretty good." I want to dance with my mistakes was the only line we had, and it was the seed that made us write the whole song around that line. And we filled it up. We made this whole story. When we listened to the song, we realized it sounded like one chapter of a bigger love story. So we wrote an entire album around this song and the other song that we wrote. We linked these two stories and we found that one line that connected these two songs that we wrote. And we wrote 7 songs and an album and an entire love story that goes through, meeting this person, love at first sight, and then long distance relationship, breakup, acting out and misbehaving because everything's going wrong in your life, and then realizing the weight of like your actions and like feeling that, being introspective and realizing that, I caused all this hurt, but this person was always there for me and was always the right person, but it just never worked out. And yeah, happy ever after. So that's the story of Dance with My Mistakes. It's out now. So please give us a follow and subscribe to see what we're up to. You can check us out at Lola Amour PH on Instagram, and everywhere else it's Lola Amour Music.